Hi, thanks for joining me again. We had a brief introduction to the multimeter in the last video. This one we are going to look at our first and hopefully a series of heating controls that we're going to look at. We will have here a standard 2-port motorised valve actuator. Something you'll find in a lot of homes, and something that a lot of us plumbers and heating engineers need to try and repair and diagnose faults on. Very common one. It basically consists of standard components that's readily available to repair and replace. We've got synchronised motor, 240 volt AC motor. There we'll also have a micro switch. Let me move up the camera just to show you a bit closer, just the actual components. We've got our synchronised motor, synchron motor there, with the cable, the wires free, and then we've got a micro switch just in there. There's a lever at the back here that locks the motor and the valve in a closed position, and you may be able to see the motor, how the lever rotates the motor as I turn it. So really the best thing is to have it detached from the valve and open for checking any faults, and obviously any electrical power disconnected. On the micro switch at the back here, the motor motors and makes a switch on the micro switch, so effectively it's engaged at the moment, so the switch is made. Simple enough, not at all complex. The motor motors and makes a micro switch, and when the motor motors, it opens a valve. Simple as that. I'll just do one or two checks on this actuator and valve, or on the actuator I should say. I hope you can see okay. I'm using my trusty multimeter again. That I probably will not be able to see, but I'll talk you through what is generally done. We have 5 wires on the actuator. We've got live, neutral and earth. The earth is just a standard earth that's grounding the whole head. The live and the neutral is doing the motor only, and then we have a grey and an orange. I'll just move up close to the camera so you can see the actual wires and the colour of the wires, in case you can't just pick them up and test it. This is just really just a run through, a brief run through of this. If you've got a fault in this valve, how you would check the actuator. I've detached the valve for simplicity, but basically the valve consists of a port in and a port out, and a valve that paddle flips between both, opening and closing the valve. Again, common garden product, not readily available. The motor has got an ohms resistance, and the ohms resistance of that motor is about 2000 ohms. So that would indicate good winding, a healthy motor. So we'll just check that first of all, just check that it's in good working order. So I take my trusty multimeter, I flick it onto ohms. So I'll show that to the camera if you can see it. So in ohms there. Okay. I'll try and put the backlight on and see if it's any benefit. And so we're on ohms, and this is an auto range multimeter, so we don't need to set any, no pre-settings, it's all just, it'll fit whatever the ohms reading, whatever the resistance reading, it'll read it. So I'm doing my common black onto neutral, and my positive red onto the live, and I'm getting 2080 ohms.